Hey, it's Michelle. Happy Saturday to you. And so, I like to talk to myself and let y'all in on it. So, I was thinking about the title, God is the Ultimate Course Corrector. And I think that, okay, whenever you have any kind of red flags, that's the precursor, when you find yourself lost, is to get back on track. So, it might be easier said than done, but it can be done. At least it's possible. Another thing that I was thinking about was like people pleasing and jobs that no longer serve you. Because I have a 9-to-5 job. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful. I'm grateful that I have gainful employment. But I don't know that it is serving me. I'll tell you why. We have one of those town hall meetings at the job, and then because everybody had to go to the building, most of us work from home. So we don't get to see each other a whole lot. It's maybe once a year, once every 4 years or so. So there were some jobs when I cared for promotion, I don't know, that I applied for and didn't get. And so my frame of mind was like, well, I'm tired of being let down. But then I thought, am I really being let down if I kind of don't want it? It's I hate to sound like I'm wasting people's time, but because I'm not. So put it like this, okay? So I ran into this girl. I shouldn't say girl because we like in our late 40s. This girl I work with that we used to go to high school. We were in high school together, middle school and all of that. And so she was asking, had I tried out for anything else? I'm like, no, I just kind of left it alone. I'm just working my day to day. And then she brought over another lady that we were all outside. We was having like the social gathering after the meeting because they were like, you could take about 3 or 4 hours and go and have, fun, mingle, and go back to go back to work or be off, go home, whatever it is. So she went and got the lady and was all like, hey, this is Michelle, and she has had some issues, in the past with getting on, different positions. And I felt like, oh my God, like I didn't want to talk about this yet, but she was just being like nice and she was being helpful, put it like that, which I can't blame her. And then I was talking to this lady. She couldn't be less interested. I mean, I didn't come off like I wasn't interested, but I was like, oh, hi. Yeah, she was like, just send me your resume and then I'll look over it for you to tell you, anything that might need some help to it or things you need maybe to add or take out. Do y'all know I didn't even send her my resume because in my mind, I was like, I don't want to work another 9-to-5 job. I don't want to even be in another position because it drains my life force. Like, I like to get on here and do this. So, I mean, I put it like this. I know I didn't want to do another thing that would make me feel more drained, more tired, more uninterested, more blah, 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 And so that was my red flag. That was one point. There was another one. I'm looking down because I have to stay organized. Where there was another place that I used to work at. This was years ago. I want to say like 2009, 2008. But before that, I worked there maybe like in 2006. It was a really long time ago. I worked for this drug testing place, and this one particular guy used to come in, and he used to come and, he came and dropped, because these people were in drug court, and they used to have to come and do like a random urine test, and we did like urinalysis on it to make sure that they, was clean or reported back to the court so that their cases wouldn't turn into felonies, to keep them free. And I quit working there. That particular guy graduated out of drug court. Time goes by. I go back working at that place. He was out of it, but he was working he was like attendant in the parking lot that I parked in. I was all like, hey, so-and-so, girl, where you been? Oh, you back? I was all like, yeah, I came back to work. And he was all like, man, I thought you went on and did some big things, man. And I was all like, I felt like I let him down. I was like, the beauty about when other people see your potential is they say things that's exactly in their heart. They don't say things just to be nice. They don't want anything out of you. Some people really do have a good intention for you, even if you can't see it. Like if you lack focus in yourself or of or about yourself, another person will be able to see it. The thing about it is, I think with us, yourself, I should say, I could speak for myself. I think I might have an attachment to mediocre. I hate that. I want to have a bigger attachment and a bigger focus to being great, not just a drive across Kansas, like Rail would say, or just so mediocre, just dry, blah, and dull. I want to experience like these huge, wonderful, outstanding accomplishments. And so a lot of red flags come up, and sometimes I disappoint myself. And that's what the thing is, what I'm talking about with God is the ultimate course corrector. The red flags will pop up, and then you have to reckon. It'll take a special moment for you to realize, analyze, recognize where you need to go from one place. I like to call places that you are on your way to, like where you came from, a springboard into something better rather than stepping stones, because I know I've heard people talk about, oh, that was the stepping stone to get here. I like to call them springboards because I like to feel like there's some momentum being brought in instead of landing on something. I want to spring off of something. That's how I feel about that. The next point, there was a move that I made a long time ago. Everything kind of is a long time ago, but I guess it's just all for me to talk about now. So I moved to New York to move to Jersey. That's what it was. And I wrote poems, not just for that purpose, but I wrote poems just to get it out of me, like a mind dump, to get it just expressed and onto some paper, and to see if I could do it, because I like to challenge myself. Like if I write it, like if I bring up a topic to myself, could I finish it? And I always could. So, and when friends that I was telling, and they're like, I'm moving, I'm gonna go check it out. How long are you gonna be gone? I'm like, I don't know. You'll be able to do big things. And I'm like, okay. And I believed. And when I was out there, I didn't. I ended up moving back here to Missouri, like about 5 months into it. I didn't have any regrets or whatever, but it's just if you are ready, if it is placed in your heart to actually make a move, maybe sometimes you have to get your feet wet. I don't know. I wasn't moving on opportunity. I didn't really have an opportunity. I don't know, but maybe I did, or I didn't set one up for myself. But I'm in a season of now knowing you want to do better. You can see yourself doing better, and just go and grab everything that's meant for you. Anything that is meant for you will find you. And plus you have to get up and work for it too. You got to recognize, that you're not supposed to just let a blessing just whiz past you. And then, let's see, my other point was, people still to this day will say that I have so much potential. And I believe them. And I feel like moving on it like real bad, like real tough. I feel like I don't want to waste my time. It might be a thing because I feel like being in my late 40s, I don't have a whole lot of time left. Not to say that I'm just about to like disintegrate and poof, magic, and I'm gone like in a day or two, but I have had some situations. That could have taken me out of here, and it didn't. Nothing like sprang into my mind and said, "We better get it together," because the time clock is ticking. It didn't. It'll just take maybe too much stillness, where you just sit still, marinate in whatever it is you're going through, and you realize, I don't want to go through that anymore. I don't want to just be this whole hum. I don't want to live like just mediocre life, and I just want to have things extraordinary. I want to do things that make me a little bit nervous, like what I'm doing right now. I would have have a big, huge life, you know. And I also would love to be great at something instead of having my focus so scattered all over the place. That's another thing. I try that week or that week. I'd start that book, and I'd love to. I love to be more focused. I'd love to be more disciplined in my focus and not be all over the place. And I've been threatening to learn French. Comment allez-vous? Should not be the extent of my French. It should not be. So I'm going to get on it. It's one of those things where I have to get on it every single day because I didn't learn. French wasn't my first language. So I know that in my old age that I have to be focused and dedicated to it every day. And by me being a late bloomer, maybe I'm right on time. Maybe. So, what is something that y'all, I want to ask you to leave a comment. What is something that y'all want to be great at, or maybe something that you already are great at? I just would like to start a conversation, if you don't mind. So you could just like, comment, subscribe, share if you feel like it. I'd appreciate it. So, as always, stay hydrated, eat well, and keep moving. Thank you. I'll see y'all later.